John Fredericks Media Network and the John Fredericks Radio app, and I am your Godzilla of the truth in America, your oracle of the deplorables. Thanks for being with us. We're live on a Trump bus outside the state capitol in Indianapolis, the Indiana state capitol. All eyes on us. All eyes on us to get these 2 seats. But like I'm saying, 2 brings you 20, because if as goes Indiana and a lot of other Republican states are likely to follow suit, because this thing has been snatched out of the fire, out of the jaws of victory, out of the jaws of defeat is victory. That's what's coming here. It was very, very close. Joining us now on bus, State Senator State Senator Mike Young is with us. He's from, what'd you say, Mike, District 35, which is by the Indianapolis Speedway and the airport. He's a Republican. He's with us on this issue. Mike, it was a tough day yesterday, man. The opposition here is fierce. I mean, in that Senate hearing, I was there in the Capitol from 12 o'clock. I think the final vote was taken at 7:45. Yeah. So almost 8 hours of testimony. And I appreciated the way Mike Gaskin ran that. He was very open, let everybody talk. And then, of course, everybody had to make a speech. And it finally passed out of the committee 6-3. 3 of the votes, which was Good Stacy and Linda Rogers, had to quantify their vote by saying this wasn't their final decision. They thought it should be debated, vetted, blah, blah, blah. But as I've talked to people today, it looks like those 3 are pretty much with us.
They are, because they voted for it. It's going to be difficult for you to vote to move a bill out on this type of issue.
And then vote no.
That would put them in a worse bind. You could not only have the people opposed to you mad at you, the people who are favored mad at you, and put you in a bad bind. But we're not taking anything for granted. Everybody will be checked off and make sure we're okay with them.
So, Mike, the hearings start today. I was telling our audience throughout the day that this is not an easy lift. This is very hard. The opposition that I was confronted with yesterday in the Rotunda, you had 350 people there, like 10 for us, 340 against redistricting from all over the state. And they're nasty and they're fierce and they're loud and they're taking no prisoners. And my concern when this kind of things happen is you guys are so nice. Like, is that going to be an intimidating factor?
They're not going to intimidate us. You have to remember, a lot of these people, like the protesters throughout the country, they're paid to do that. They're not doing this because they want to. They're making money. Second thing, if you notice, a lot of the people who came out and testified against the bill are employees of organizations that are leftists. And of course, they let them come out. Our guys actually, they have to work. And one lady testified that she had heard in the House during those hearings that we're not getting anybody to show up that's for it. And so she said, we have to work. So yesterday she closed her business down, told her clients, cancel the appointments, and I'm coming because this is my country, this is my future, and that's what our side has to do. I'm pleased with the people who had enough courage to come out there with those people they got on the left and have to go through there. I mean, you have to walk through. You saw it yesterday, what it's like to have to go through these people. They treat you with disdain, and they forget that we have the same rights as they do to free speech and express our opinions. They hate our guts. We may not like them, but we don't hate them. We pray for them. But there's a difference between those two sides.
No doubt about it. I mean, the nastiness that I encountered yesterday, and I've been to a lot of these, but it was shocking.
Yes.
I mean, the signs they had were disgusting. I mean, these people are just sick, and but they're fierce. They're fierce, and that's the thing, and they got all the, different organizations behind them, paying them to be there, letting them take the day off, but they're fierce fighters, and we're in for a battle. So,
I just might point out that.
Go ahead, Mike.
That none of these people that are so fierce and vile are going to vote for any Republican member. They're not going to vote for one of them.
Yeah.
So why are we even concerned who they are, or what they stand for? They're not voting for us.
Yeah.
Under any circumstances.
I thought at the hearing yesterday, and Tyler, we're going to have to tell Dr. Eastman we're going to have to reschedule him as we're here with Mike Young in Indiana. But yesterday in the hearing, so Mike Gaskin was very gracious in giving the two Democrats their time. And they started off and asking questions. And the questions were legitimate, like who designed the map? What are we going to do? Why is Marion County divided by 4? Why are we doing this? But then it started, okay? In their closing argument, and I was waiting for it, it started. Then they bring out the race card. It's racial gerrymandering. It's the Ku Klux Klan without a robe. It's disenfranchising people of color. It's this. It's Jim Crow 2.0. I mean, that came out at the end. I was waiting for it. They couldn't help themselves. That's all they got. And then Segura says, Senator Segura, no disrespect. Gaskin gave him a lot of time. But then at the end, he's like, if this was the opposite and the Democrats were trying to do this, I would vote no. I would be the same. And I'm sitting there saying, are you even serious? If Hakeem Jeffries called you up, you would be saying, how high do I jump? How far? How can I jam this up your butt? You guys are such hypocrites.
Well, I tell people, I wish people would use it in the committee hearings, but in 2001, they did draw the districts. They split Marion County up 3 ways, and they voted for it. So I don't know. I mean, does one make more difference?
No,
4 instead of 3?
They're just full of crap.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing was just ridiculous. And but look, we had 3 votes for it, so it got out 6-3. All 3 had the caveat that this wasn't a final decision. They wanted to see it vetted. They wanted to get more information. But like you said earlier, I don't see them voting no, because then everybody's mad at them.
Oh, everybody. Yeah, everybody. We're not going to take anything for granted. We'll check off again. I believe we're okay with those 3 individuals. And this is not the first time, members have said, I'm moving this bill along and see what happens to it. We use that when they're kind of like tough decisions. So that's not uncommon for me to hear it. I'm not worried about what they said there. But we're not going to take anything for granted, because we're not to 26 yet. And we got to get to 26, and we got to make sure of our count.
So right now, our count is we have a hard 23. Hard.
Yeah, it appears so.
And which means we need 3 votes. And we've got a good shot with 2 with 2.
Uh-huh.
A good shot. We're not going to name names, because if we give you names, then Rod Bray, the Senate Pro Tem, and Hakeem Jeffries, and everybody will be all over these people. So no, we're not Hakeem Jeffries, but Mitch Daniels, whatever, Purdue, they'll be all over them. So we're not going to give you their names because we got to get this over the line. We got a good shot with 2. Get those 2 gets us to 25, and then you got another 2. You got to get, or 3. You got to 1.
We got to get 1 of the 2.
1 of the 2.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is how tight this is.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going right down to the. We are not going to know the outcome of this redistricting until that final vote is counted sometime, Thursday night or Friday?
Yeah. I don't know the schedule yet on that. It appears we could do it on Thursday, because tomorrow is our second reading, where we have the chance to amend the bill. It's unlikely that we'll accept any amendments, but we'll see what happens. So Thursday, unless there's some reason to put it off to Friday. But technically, it's a little confusing. We're still actually in special session, although we've not gone into special session. Special session ends on the 12th. They're trying to say that we're in the regular session, but the code says the special session takes precedent over our regular session. And so I'm a little confused as to where we are. I think we want to be done by the 12th. It may be that we could come back and do it on Saturday or the following Monday. It just takes away from days from the regular session that should have begun in January.
Well, you guys ought to be able to get this done by Friday, I would think.
I
would think, but who knows? I mean, they're gonna try to stall it, especially if they see it slipping away, right?
Yeah. Well, though, they have things they can do, and they get to play the game as well, and so it's like an Ohio State Indiana football game, and so both sides are grinding it out until the end, and hopefully Indiana wins again on Thursday or Friday.
Let's hope so.
Yeah,
let's hope so. No doubt about it. But interesting things are going on here. Like, for instance, I've said this on the air, so I could say it publicly. So Sunday night, Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, calls Rick Niemeyer. Niemeyer is one of the people that are on the fence. Oddly enough, his cousin is running for Congress,
Right.
and his cousin would likely, if he wins the primary, be in Congress if this redistricting goes through. So why Niemeyer wouldn't be for it, like family first? I don't know, whatever. When I talked to him, he said, well, my cousin's a good guy. We don't always agree on everything. But when I talked to him, he was very non-committal. But then he got a call after I talked to him. He got a call Sunday night from the speaker.
Yeah.
Now, can you imagine getting a call Sunday night from the Speaker of the House of your state senator at 9:00 on a Sunday? And you're like, well, let me think about it. It's like, come on, dude. It's the Speaker of the House calling you.
Well, let me just put this in for Rick. Rick is a genuinely nice guy. And I know this issue is concerning. He's trying to do the right thing. I mean, I'd put my life on the line for this guy. He is such a great individual. Yes. But he's just trying to make sure he does the right thing. That's his concern. I want to do the right thing. And so that's what he's working through. And
he's to save America. I mean, there's no look and look. Yeah, the whole fiasco with the vice chair. I mean, that was what was that about? Well, I mean, he seems like a nice enough guy, Walker, but to go up there, cry 3 times, crying about your grandchildren and about democracy and what would I tell them? And it's like, what are you going to tell them when there's a communist takeover and they're eating out of a trash can? I mean, he's crying up there, bawling, about his grandkids. And you don't get it. I mean, you're in Indianapolis. I get it. You don't get what's going on in this country, right? They want to win at all costs.
They do. And listen, Greg's a friend of mine. His brother went to our family's church. He's the same denomination. But just in his defense, when somebody you love for 30 or 40 years dies, it changes people sometimes. And since the passing of his wife, he's been a little bit of a different person. And so although I would love to take his vote, I understand that his passing of his wife is just absolutely.
Well, then retire.
Well, he is. He's not running again.
Well, then he should recuse himself. I mean, the
recusing doesn't help us get to 26, though.
I mean, the whole speech yesterday was like, you're up there crying about your grandchildren, and what are you going to say to them?
Yeah.
And it's like Hakeem Jeffries wants to impeach the president, take over, stop everything, let more illegals in, destroy the country, destroy state by state, let all the Somalians come in, steal $15 billion, open borders. I mean, that's what you're going to have to tell your grandchildren. Hey, I could have stopped that, but instead I cried and voted no so that I could have a democracy, which they're now destroying when you got a mayor of New York City who puts out a video on how to not follow federal law. I mean, what planet are these guys on?
I don't know. Your arguments are the same ones that I use. They make sense to me.
Because they make sense.
But I don't know where our guys are coming from, really.
I don't get it.
Well, here, I will tell you this. A leader can make a difference. We've had a lot of tough choices to make. And if you have the right leader, the leader can lead that caucus to whatever he wants to go. I'm just telling you, for our guys, he doesn't want to go there. It's our leader. It's not really our members. I know they're voting no.
It's Rod Bray.
It's Rod Bray.
Why is he so opposed to this?
I don't know, really. I can't get into his head. I mean, he knows this is for our country. He knows what will happen to the president for 2 years of impeachment hearings. He knows that everything that we've done that's good will be stopped. And then everything that you spoke about, the Democrats will attempt to do it. And we're really shut off with a president under impeachment for 2 years, need 60 votes in the Senate. And then they have the House. The Democrats will be in control of the country at this point. We won't be able to get anything through. If you think that no tax on tips is good, no tax on Social Security is good, permanency of our tax cuts that we've gotten, closing the border, protecting our nation from drugs, all stopping war so our boys don't have to get involved and women and die. You're willing to throw that away because it personally bothers you that we don't redistrict in the middle of the decade? They got a different value system than I have, and that's where unfortunately our leader is.
Have you talked to him?
Well, it would be difficult for me to talk to someone that has that sort of attitude as the leader, because I don't think I'd ever get through.
Interesting. It's I don't even know how to put my finger on it, or how to even explain what I experienced yesterday. When you have a 40-10 majority, a 7-2 majority in the Senate Committee of Elections, and you got to sit there for 8 hours not knowing if you're going to get 5 votes. I mean, it's just, and with the stakes so high. And look, I'm in favor of what the White House is doing, Mike. I've been saying for some time, you can't go to a bazooka fight with a butter knife, and that's basically what we've done. And that's why we're getting annihilated. And the White House has finally had enough. That's I mean, they've had enough. And
well, it's difficult. It's difficult to fight the other side and then have to fight your own people on top of it. That's what makes it so tough. I don't mind fighting the other guys. I don't like fighting our own people. We should be together on this, but we're not quite there.
I mean, it should be a no-brainer. But the White House is I think they understand the stakes now, and they're fighting back. And when it came at the hearing yesterday that people were being threatened about money and this and that. Listen, they've been clear. Indiana has been a favorite son of the White House. They control where a lot of things go, like USDA hubs.
Yes,
like
the hub is important.
These mean job. The nuclear, the nuclear component. These are jobs. This is money. They've given you a lot of money, and it's like you're not getting a dime. You don't pass this. Good luck. Hope things work out. And I'll tell you the other thing. The senators, if this thing gets sunk, I can tell you that the 15 senators that vote no, you're not going to see them again.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
They'll get primaried, Mike, and they'll spend multiple 7 figures to get them out.
I'm sure that'll happen.
No question, Mike.
No, I agree 100%. We told that to the other members. But if we get to 25, there's one person who can resolve this and start a leader. All he has to do is vote for it, and that's 26. He's always the guy. It's Rod Bray. And
but he's so dug in.
I know. But I'm just pointing it out that he's the guy that can resolve this if we get to 25. Him personally. So we'll see what he does. We'll have to wait till Thursday at the earliest. But we're not giving up. We're not going to give up on our country.
So what would you put it? 50-50? 60-40?
Well, we're at 23, I think, right now. That's what I'm saying for sure. So,
but I mean, the odds of this getting to 26.
We're at 23 right now. I don't know what the odds are. I mean, there's so much. You might lose somebody. Who knows? I don't know. This game is so fluid and it's back and forth, and people are jittery. We have a good shot to win. We think it's basically 2 people. We need one of the 2.
50-50.
Well, yeah.
But here's the good news is when we pulled in here on Tuesday, our assessment was this thing passing had about a 20% chance on Tuesday. A week ago Tuesday.
Okay, yeah, we may have been at 19, so we've moved up. We're moving in the right direction.
I don't think we had a shot in hell to win this thing. I mean, you just looked at the numbers. You look what happened the last time. You just didn't have the votes. And then the needle started to move. So I think we're in a much better position today. And it's out of the Senate. I mean, that was a concern, but it got out of committee. But it's going to be a tough. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, this is not going to be easy.
No, Mike,
it's going to be difficult, and we may not know what votes are where until the board lights up, and then we'll see.
So if it's 25 votes, do they just hold it open until they get?
Oh no, I don't
do
think
the Mike Johnson thing.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to mess with that, and so we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't see him holding the board open on this. I just don't see that happening right now.
So you're going to have a vote, and everybody's going to be there, and there's going to be a vote.
Well, they don't have to be there.
Well, what happens if you get to 25 and the Democrats know you're 25, they walk out.
At least one of them will.
At least one will.
Because that'll prevent the lieutenant governor from breaking the tie.
Right. So at least one, so that means they walk out and don't vote?
Yeah, the one person, they could all walk out. That's fine. We don't need them to conduct business, but we do need them if it's going to be 25-25. If they're not there, just one member. If they're
all right,
not
so
there,
play this out. Tyler, hold this a second. This is fascinating. Mike Young with us, State Senator, District 34, Indianapolis Speedway. 35, the airport area, Republican, solid MAGA with us 100%. Let's game this out. So the voting is going on, right? And the 10 Democrats are there. And so 9 of them have voted no. One has to hold their vote, right?
Right.
So they've already played that. Let's say it's Senator Segura, so he's holding his vote. And then if it gets to 25 yeses on the board, he walks out.
Yeah, that would prevent the lieutenant governor from casting the tie-breaking vote.
So if there were 25, if it was 25, 24 with Segura, right, being the 25th vote.
Yeah, Quadora, yeah.
Hedora. He would walk out, and then it would be 25-24, and then Micah Beckwith couldn't break the tie.
He could not break the tie.
So they will wait to see how many votes are on the board.
Yeah.
So if they get 26, then he'll vote, and it'll be 26-24.
Yeah. And also, I mean, I don't want to put all the things on the Democrats. It could be a Republican that's a no that chooses to walk out. I mean, you don't know who it could be. There's all kinds of things.
Somebody walks out to stop the tie.
Yeah, somebody walks out to stop the tie. Right. And we could see that. That's very likely a possibility it could occur.
High drama and intrigue in Indianapolis.
Yes.
This is more dramatic than the end of the Indiana-Ohio State game.
Well, that's a good way to put it. Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
you can't get more drama than this. But there's a saying that I really adhere to. One man with courage makes a majority.
Yes. 2
guys with courage have an army. You're a courageous figure in this fight, Mike Young, coming on my show and fighting for this and fighting for what you believe in. And after that fiasco yesterday and the crying, and I was just like, come on, man. I mean, like, it's just, and I loved your chairman. I love your chairman. What's his name? Mike Gaskin?
Mike Gaskell.
Okay, Gaskell. Okay, I love this guy. So it gets all said and done, and he says, and the Democrat was, challenging him and stuff, and he was very nice and very great. He's heart of gold, said all the right things, but at the end of the day, he says, "I'm voting this out of committee for one reason. I want to save America." That's all you had to say. You had me at hello. To save America is why I'm doing this. Bottom line, I'm trying to save my country. So I just thought that was miraculous. Mike Young, let me thank you for being with us.
You're welcome.
I really enjoyed it. Thank you for fighting.
Okay.
We're gonna talk to you again. We're at 23. We need 26. Thank you for being with us today, live on the bus outside the state capitol. Oh my goodness. Michael Patrick Leahy is next. Stay with us. Have a great day. I'll give an update on social media a little bit later on. Follow me at JF Radio Show, at JF Radio Show. Eagles are frauds, FYI. I'll be right back.